We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
What are you doing then? Some remix going on over there on the roadcaster.
I've always fancied myself as a bit of a DJ, Liam. I thought it was quite nice.
Mate, what are all these weird Instagram videos with all these like DJ sets with just these like people just like dancing behind, and then like the DJ's like trying to play and like people are like grabbing him and stuff. You're like,
That's what it's all about, mate. You got to get in there for a grab.
is it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Mate, I tried to use that as like a motto for my life, and it hasn't gone so well for me so far.
And that's why this video will be demonetised. Thank you very much for joining us live on Epic Flail for Meta Mondays. Oh, we want to go to that. There we go. Welcome to the show, my friends. Liam, it feels like ages since we've done this, but
Mate,
it's only
like
been
2 weeks.
A whole 2 weeks.
Yeah, but I think it leaves like quite a big gap in my life.
It leaves a real
mate.
gap in our lives, and I know it leaves a gap in our members, which is why everyone was getting so angry
About
in the
being
chat there
2
about my
minutes
timekeeping.
2 minutes late, and it's like
People-
a rebellion going
People have
on.
been listen, there's a few issues we need to talk about today with regards to behaviour of the members, but let me first address people who aren't members and maybe join us for the first time. Welcome to Meta Mondays. Please like and subscribe and support the channel. If you're watching us live, we'll be getting involved and talking to you very shortly, each and every one of you who joins us. Some of you will be addressed directly for your crimes which you've committed towards the channel.
I mean, there's been quite a lot going on, isn't there? the fact you can't even speak about what's been going on is pretty dicey.
For those of you that are members of the channel, after the Meta Monday show, we always do an After Dark. Well, every other week we do an After Dark.
Yeah.
Tonight's After Dark, we will be directly addressing some of the crimes that have been committed by members of the community. Liam will be the judge, I'll be the prosecution. We might have to appoint a jury. It can't be Brandon because he's on the ledger. He's on the list.
Basically, it can't be Brandon because everything's Brandon's doing.
There are multiple
essentially.
offences on there for Brandon, so it can't be him. But we will be joining all members for an After Dark. If you've not watched the show before, you're in for a treat. It's a very lively podcast in which Liam and I discuss a subject that we think could be interesting.
Get
And we also
demonetised within the first 30 seconds,
and
apparently.
we get rapidly demonetised. So a couple of announcements on that front. So the last Meta Monday that we did 2 weeks ago was actually one of the first times that the channel was monetised. We've hit the requirements now for monetisation, so I settle that up. Off we go. Let's earn a bit of money from just general views and stuff.
Yeah.
Right? People text me going, "Oh, there's adverts on your videos now." All well and good until the YouTube algorithm catches up with what we talked about.
Just beep, done.
So the algorithm has now caught up and basically gone, we're not sure if the content you've been talking about is appropriate.
But I don't even think that
that's been demonetised.
Was that the big booty? Was that the big Latinas? Was
Well,
that week?
I imagine so, yeah. But we also started f-bombing, I think, fairly well. It took
I
about
don't
20.
think we did.
We did. We dropped it anyway. Who
We
cares?
dropped one.
Who cares? Who cares? And cheers.
You're
cheers to everyone
drinking a
that's
beer.
shown us
I'm on a health kick with an innocent smoothie, mate.
Well, I've got a few
I've got the old flax seeds going, mate. You know,
flax seeds.
I don't know what's in it, but it's
Don't
got to
put
be
them in
healthy,
here.
hasn't it? If it's got a smiley face on the cover.
Listen, if it's got a smiley face on the cover, it can only be good for you.
I was going to say something about certain types of
Go on.
illegal substances then, but I thought I probably
Yeah.
better not.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the work I do, as you know, is around harm reduction, and it's not always the case, actually. If it was a smiley face on,
It's not always good
check
news.
the strength of everything you put in your body.
Strength of everything.
Hello, chat. We will catch up with you very shortly. First, we have a couple of very important announcements on the channel. If you're not watching this live, this is one thing I wanted to say. If you're not watching this live, please, please, please go to the chat and flick it to the right so you can see the live chat. Because so much of what me and Liam do on the show is chat to the chat. So a lot of the things we talk about are relevant to what people are saying. So please flick it so you can actually see the live chat. Otherwise, we're going to be saying stuff that's not going to make any sense. So just flick it to the right and you can see the live chat. People commenting about the setup. The setup's better now.
The setup's, I like it.
I think we've levelled up in the 2 weeks we've been off.
Mate, I'm not just saying this because this is the stream that I am on. Other streams are available, but
Well, they are as well, and it turns out we've got a terror cell. We're out there doing work for us. I feel like this fucking off.
We've got like, oh shit, we both.
No, you just said.
We both just did it. We have got ourselves a little like militant group almost, haven't we?
I feel like the CIA.
That are going off and doing.
We're an ISIS. Do you know what I mean? Going, listen. We're talking to them, but we didn't tell them to do that.
Mate,
okay.
my name's Liam Monaghan. I'm already on watch lists. Right?
Do you know I just realised.
Not allowed in parts of Ireland, mate. So me and my name and Terracell mixed together is not ideal, if I'm honest with you, at this moment in time. Yeah? Because I might be having people visit.
Well, I think we've got people out there causing trouble on behalf of this channel, which again we're going to address in the after that. The Ledger will bring all of this stuff to light. Someone in the chat just said, you have some females in the audience, can't be telling them to flick it. Right, get him on the Ledger. What's that? Who's that? Pass me the Ledger, it's over there. It's behind you.
Oh, is it this one?
Yeah, pass me that. I've got everybody on there in the crime.
Crack Attacker.
Thank you. Crackasaki going on the Ledger, that was an inappropriate comment.
Well, no, someone above him said, just flick it.
Oh, what? Oh, sorry.
Matt
I take it back. I take it back.
So Crack Attacker's not on the on the Ledger.
It's Matt going on. Okay.
You mean your diary? Yeah. Paul's busted out a diary. He's also writing about his fourth grade crush. You know, she didn't talk to him in maths. And he had a little cry in the boys' toilet.
Well, how else are you meant to get over it?
I mean,
just sit. No, I've got an actual Ledger.
You said how else are you supposed to get over it?
Listen,
you're going to end up on the Ledger if you're not careful.
This is getting me in a bad mood. Look what I'm using as a coaster.
Is that a penalty charge notice?
A penalty notice.
For what did you do?
Going into London.
Oh, what, did you not play ULEZ?
No. I didn't pay anything. I just drove in and then Jimmy turned.
You don't have to pay for driving up north, do you, Paul?
It's ridiculous.
Just drive wherever you want up north.
They should pay you for driving through that sea. Anyway, we've not got very far down the list of announcements.
Yeah, we've literally...
So we are doing an After Dark court case for all members. The other thing I just want to mention is the last two streams have been absolute chaos. The last two games that we've had on the channel have been complete chaos for different reasons, Liam. Absolute devastation. We had Brandon on one week, who just got aggressively intoxicated and started making people £50 super chat. So that's one of the reasons.
I saw that. What happened with that?
It was just causing chaos. He went. He was turn 3. He was losing, and he went, if someone super chats 50 quid, I'm going to smash him next turn. And I was like, Brandon, he's not going. And this one's Toby came in 50 quid. Brandon.
What now? What are you doing, Brandon? You've got nothing left, mate.
It was a wonderful game. And then the Thursday just gone. That was pretty chaotic. We were all then. Brandon's involved in all this. We were all trying to get Brandon to be a member. See, he'd unsubscribed. Well, not unsubscribed, but he'd ran out. And we were like, "Why are you a member?" And he was like, "I've got to wait till next week." So we were just firing memberships at him. But it turns out he didn't have the notification on, so it will never make him a member. So we literally made about 5% of YouTube a member of the channel. Just random people that have never watched. Yeah, he's a member. I'm like, these people are never going to know.
Like dodgeball. Brandon was like that dip, dive, dodge, wasn't it?
Dip, duck, dive, duck.
Yeah, why is the fourth D doing us?
Dip, duck, dive. I think it's duck again. Dip, duck, dive, duck and dodge.
Yeah. Was it not dodge, dip, duck, dive, dodge? Was it not dodge
Patches O'Houlihan.
Patches O'Houlihan.
So I do have to confess to a few things now, which I know Liam is very keen for me to do, because he's mentioned it a few times before we've done this. There's no stream on Thursday or Monday because I'm going on holiday on my honeymoon, okay?
How long have you been married now?
Nearly a year.
Okay, so that's not that bad. I thought you were going to be like 5 years.
No. But we've not gone on our honeymoon yet. It was all very last minute. I thought we only booked the flights last week, but George was like, hey, we booked them a week behind. Whatever. Anyway, so there's no stream. But I'm going to churn out some extra content on Wednesday. One for members, and then what? No, don't TTB, don't unsubscribe, just stuff that. I apologise. I apologise, okay? Who's a lucky guy? Right. Crack Attacker.
Crack Attacker's new and he's coming in with some
Crack Attacker has come in and is firing from the hip, okay? But that's fine. We like that on this channel. You're very welcome to fire from the hip. We like shooting fast and loose on this show. It's all absolutely fine, okay? So I apologise about that, but I will make up for it by making extra content, okay? Do you forgive me?
Mate, of course I do.
Does the community forgive me?
Well, let's discuss that maybe later as Judge Liam comes to court.
Guy says it's me. Oh, you're not Crack Attacker, he's a lucky guy. Yeah, me and Guy going on a honeymoon. What's your problem?
Slack, apparently. Old Slack Jeffrey's making an appearance.
Right, okay.
Okay.
That's what... We've also had people join the second tier membership, so I'm making some additional content for that group. I didn't envisage people joining that tier membership so quickly. You have some content coming your way. You're my favourite people, and we're making you a private area on the Discord.
Guy's waiting for you in the bath, mate.
Is he in the bath?
Guy's just in the bath, mate. I laugh if he's just sat there naked in a bath with no water in it.
Right, Adam...
just for the sake of sitting in it. Just so he's sat in the bath. He's like, I can't waste the water. The water will get cold.
I absolutely lovely watching from the bath. Go on then. Week in Warhammer. You've been away in Española.
I've been on holiday, so I played yesterday because we've got...
Lovely.
Big shout out to Stu and Matt. They've got Funhammer coming up this weekend. I think it's sold out in a ridiculously quick time down at Dice Saloon. So
Lovely
we're playing
stuff.
1,500 points. So I tried the Orcs on the table for the first time last night against Match GSC, which was good. Had a really nice time with Mr. Byrne. And yeah, looking forward to Funhammer this weekend. So yeah, that's pretty much it, mate.
Oh, you're not gonna do it, are you? Right, fine. Listen.
So how was your week in Warhammer?
Yeah, it was good actually, mate. It was all right. Michael has just asked for me to share something in the chat, which is actually quite amusing. So, some of my Warhammer in the past week was we had a bit of an incident.
Did you see Tom's comment?
Where's Tom's? Can't me and Liam do it in your absence with bareback? I'm not giving the kit. I trust Liam to have my keys, but I don't trust Liam to set all this up.
Oh, mate, it would just be... you'd come back and it'd just be me in the corner, just in a bunch of cables. Like, I haven't eaten for a week.
And there'd be one of your associates just pacing around another room. I'm still going on a session.
Just bareback, just doing a slap of your bedroom.
Living in a cupboard. Shall I come out yet?
No, you can't.
Have the demons gone?
No.
Get back in your cupboard. So at the weekend, people saying, why we're not doing a bareback updates and not a feature of this show, okay? Liam, for the first time yesterday when we were sitting down having tea with Georgia, didn't actually say bareback's name, did you? You went the man who should not be named.
Yeah, I called him. He's like Voldemort. He's like Voldemort.
I gave a little nod, but now he's been mentioned multiple times. So my week in Warhammer, we did a show for Michael's channel, Return to the Old World, at the weekend. We're all sat there, it's nice and calm, we're all talking about our Old World list. Next thing you know, Georgia, who wasn't listening to me the multiple times that I said we were doing a stream, opens the door naked with a face mask on and goes, Boogie! Like with this thing on her face. And I just sort of like, because I can see that she's emerged at the corner and just see some flesh. So I'm like,
see flesh? See flesh?
Yeah, I could just see I'm on a stream! And then I turned the camera off and was just like, don't come in. Like, I'm literally doing someone's recording this.
Yeah.
She's laughing her head off. She didn't realise it were people that know her. Like, come round here. So I had to send a message in a group that you were in.
I just saw it and I was like, what the hell is going on?
I said, listen, Georgia might have walked in naked there. Can someone just... Michael,
just
listen,
clip
just
that
have it
bit.
like...
Michael, treat yourself and then clip it.
Don't just immediately put that live because you might get like a tit.
I'm about to get a random boob appear.
You might get a daughter. There you go. So that my weekend one was a bit of that. I had a really good game of Old World last weekend with Telly. I went up north for Easter, done a bit more painting, did a bit of ADHD where I sort of paint bits of multiple armies that I'm not playing. And
I literally walked in this afternoon and I was like, what army are you actually playing to paint or painting to play at the moment? He's like, I've got some Terminators on the go. I was like, okay, cool. Then he was like, then I'll move on to a Hive Tyrant. Then I might circle back to like some Custodes that I haven't built yet. You're like, okay, yeah, cool. Seems like you've got a real plan going on there, mate.
Yeah, big time. Big time. So that was my week in Warhammer. I did prepare a small quiz for you, Liam, but I might come back to it. 'Cause it might be. I don't know if it's an after dark thing. I'm going to address the ledger now and just let people know who's on the ledger and what the crime is, and then in the after dark show we're gonna address some of these crimes. We're going to decide what the punishments are going to be. So at the moment we have Tom Green is on the ledger for saying the N word on the stream.
Not the actual N-word.
The word that I won't allow.
Oh, I thought you meant the N-word.
Yeah, no, not the N-word.
I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, wow, I go away for a week and this takes a dark turn.
So he's in the books. We've had a chat about this. Brandon is in, for multiple crimes. No, okay, shall I say the word that Tom's going to think, people, not the thingy word.
Not the word for...
He said a sex offender.
Yeah, not the other one. Not the racist term.
No, of course not.
Well, when you say N-word, that's what people think of. People's minds don't automatically jump to the other word.
Listen, it's still a word I don't want said on the channel. Brandon is multiple offences, mainly the great membership giveaway of 2024. I think we must have spent about 50 quid, 60 quid to just try to get my membership when he did the notifications on. MCX is on for Land Raider, pestering continually after this Land Raider. Adam Looney's on there. I've literally lost count of the offences that he's committed.
Mate, how many times has he
so many
got
I'm
to
gonna
say
present this
you
afternoon.
an awesome name?
So many. And TTB is on there for photoshopping a aubergine going into my mouth and putting it on the Discord.
Oh, was that him?
Yes.
That looked really realistic.
Oh, brilliant. Glad you-
It actually looked like something that would appear on some sort of like special niche website, mate.
I'm sunglassing up. Someone said something about sunglasses again on TikTok the other day.
Mate, people are really against the sunglasses.
We've got so many views on TikTok from this show. It's going really well, but every now and again,
some of our
someone's
videos have got like
triggered.
6,000 views.
It's going all right, is the old TikTok.
Mate, it's because we're down with the kids. Because
If
we're
there's-
cool.
If there's two people that are more down with the kids, I'd like to meet them.
Guy's not on the ledger. I don't think a
No,
man
Guy-
that watches this in the bath can be on the ledger.
No, all the admins are going on the ledger.
Oh, yeah,
earlier.
no, you're all on.
So the admin...
That's a bit of veg down him in 2024. At least it's down him and not up him, Tell, eh?
Hey,
hey.
I'll have a bit of broccoli every now and again. I'll have sunshine.
How much broccoli can you fit in your bum?
We were having this conversation before the show, which is why Liam's mentioned that, but about Lego. So moving on. That's
Anyone that knows In-Betweeners will know that reference.
That's an after dark discussion. What is the word? I messaged you earlier being like, what's the word? Segment.
Segment, I thought you meant. That's why I messaged you back, segment.
Segment, right. So we have two ledgers on the show. We have the ledger of people that have committed an offence. Mm-hmm. My ledger here, of which I've just announced it was on it.
AKA Paul's diary.
Yeah, and then we have the Heath ledger.
Oh, too soon?
No, it's fine. No, he died ages ago. So the Heath ledger is the names that we put on for Dead or Alive. So
okay.
We do have...
What was his name? Who was it that
Heath
commented?
Ledger.
Who commented? On
think it
someone
might have been
from
Adam.
Neighbours.
Yeah, well, that's it. Harold Bishop, Dead or
Harold
Alive.
Bishop from Neighbours.
Yeah, it's a good one. What do we reckon, chat?
Oh, he's so dead, isn't he? Surely he was about 80 in the show, wasn't he?
I don't know if he is.
Was he not Kylie Minogue's dad or something? Or am I just making that up?
I think you might be making it up. I'm going to have to do I'm going to do a poll.
I'm going to do a poll.
So-
Harold Bishop, dead or alive?
Chat, come on. I need to get more of this beer down me. Harold Bishop, dead or alive? Come on, Liam, keep him entertained while I do a poll.
I don't think that... Is Neighbours still even going? Didn't Margot Robbie come from Neighbours?
No.
Yeah, Margot Robbie was in Neighbours. That's how she got her big break.
What?
Yeah. I mean, you know, it
Really?
probably helps that she looks like that.
Right, poll's up. Harold Bishop, dead or
But
alive?
yeah, Margot Robbie, dead or alive?
Imagine.
Imagine what?
Margaret.
I'm voting as well.
I tell you what, it's chaos, is this vote. Right, so that's the feature that we love and we will keep on the Discord. Harold Bishop, dead or alive? You've got 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2...
But do we actually know?
No, I've no idea.
Well, then how do we do a poll when neither of us know the answer?
Tom will tell us, right, 88% say dead. Is he dead?
Mate, I think he is. He's really old.
Harold Bishop, dead.
I mean, yes, Crack Attacker, that definitely helped her fame, I believe. Tom does know. Why has Tom got a little purple thing next to his name, by the way?
Because he's been a member for 3 months.
Oh, is that what you get?
Oh, hang on. Are we on about, like, the actual actor? Because Harold Bishop's obviously a fake character.
Yeah, the actual actor, surely. I don't know if he died in Neighbours or not. They just resurrect them, don't they? Just retcon
No,
these
he died
people.
in Neighbours.
Yeah, they just retcon them, don't they? What?
think he's still
Retcon
alive.
Harold Bishop?
This was a bad dead or alive because he's dead as a character, but I think he's alive as a human.
Well, have a look. Find out
Oh,
what
Tom says he's alive. He's alive. All right, everybody calm down. He's
All
alive.
right, Jesus.
That was a stressful one.
Got there in the end.
We do have some questions for you from the Discord, Liam. We are going to move on to the main subject, which is should you take 40k seriously, by the way. We are going to get to that, but we've got a lot of nice little segments to get through in our absence. So you ready for some questions from the Discord, Liam?
Let's go. Have I got like quick fire answer them? Is this like hot take answers?
Some of them are ridiculous. Some of them are going to end up with people being on the ledger.
Uh-oh.
Brandon's asked a good question, which we're taking to the After Dark. What do you personally do to prep for a tournament, and what do you bring on the day? That's a very sensible question from Brandon. That can be used in his defence. later on, but we'll take that to the After Dark. Magical Zonky, what's your favourite colour?
Purple.
Purple. Georgie Boy from ABR, thoughts on clocks being mandatory for games at events?
No.
You say no?
No, I don't think so, personally.
I'm saying yes on that one.
I think on certain tables they should be. In certain rounds and certain tables they should be.
I'd say yeah.
Yeah, but why?
Because it just eliminates slow play.
Yeah, but it doesn't, doesn't it? Because you get to turn 3 and then you end up talking it out anyway.
Right,
and then
fine.
you end up getting you just end up getting in an argument with your opponent over what would have happened in the last 2 turns. So
You think that even happens with a clock? You don't think clocks get around it?
No, because people just end up going, oh, we won't bother then. We'll just carry on playing. Because people are too nice in this hobby anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, maybe we'll pick that up and I'm going to highlight that one because I think we'll do a show on that. Matt says, are there any hosts of the Black Crows Gaming Meta Monday podcast actually any good at Warhammer? Right.
I don't know. I haven't watched their stream. I've seen them at events though.
They seem like really nice guys. Matt, you try to cause trouble there, Matt. So we're considering you for the ledger.
But there does seem to be a terrorist cell that have taken it on themselves to do some pretty dicey stuff. Apparently, that I know nothing. I actually genuinely know nothing about.
They seem really nice lads. I actually think I accidentally started a conflict with them, where someone sent me a thumbnail of their show that said Meta Monday, the serious one. I thought that was they were taking the piss.
They were.
No, I think they just put that under all they put like random things under all their shows. So it might have been a false flag. Anyway, whatever. Who cares?
Mate, wars have been started for less.
Right, okay. I'm actually quite disappointed in how the questions are going from this point onwards. MCD.com, which is better, Aliens or Terminator 2? And can I have the Land Raider?
Terminator 2.
And then...
Is Terminator 2 the one with the melty man?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
I think Aliens. I think it's definitely Aliens, Liam. I think that you've just committed a crime.
All right, put me on the ledger then. And see how that works out
no,
for you.
I'm not putting you on the ledger, but there are... I don't know how much I can read out of the next section.
Loads of people are really unhappy that I've said Terminator 2.
Yeah, it's because it's Aliens. It was just a heresy answer.
There's like a lot of Aliens has a big following, doesn't it? And obviously, I've upset some people.
Before I carry on reading the Discord chat out, how much do we care about adverts on today's show?
What do you mean, how much do we care about adverts?
The following sentences are definitely going to be flagged.
Well, mate,
shall I just read them out?
Just read them out.
If you are watching this in front of your partners, put headphones on. If children are around, please remove the children from the vicinity.
I feel that this is going to be pretty dicey.
Well, this is what we're doing with MCD XCOM.
Again.
What's better, Ask Master 5 or Anal Harlots 3? Well, it's Ask Master 5. It's such a stupid question.
I love the fact that you know that. You know that already.
And then it just degenerates into absolute.
That wasn't the degenerate question.
I cannot read the rest of that out. Matt Bryan, you're going on the list. Matt Bryan's comments on the Discord in response to that are absolutely disgusting. I will not read them out on air. Serious question from Paddy Mick. Question for Liam. How's the Orcs coming along? Have you seen the new Codex stuff? What are you planning? You just showed me a fun list.
So I have seen the new Orc stuff. I think there's a really funny list that people could do if they have it, which is essentially 140 boys, all with a 5-up in run, bringing them back, re-rolling ones to save, and just swamping a board. I think would be absolutely hilarious because I don't even know if that's like 1,200 points. Orc stuff is so cheap, to be fair.
It's pulling on a wire. It's fine.
But my Orcs are going reasonably well. I've got
Good
some
lad.
painted up. I've got all of the models. I had a bit of a splurge the other week and did about 250 quid in a shop and bought a load of stuff, which I've just been building. And yeah, I'm going to try and do beast snaggers.
Yeah?
I don't know why. I quite like the models.
Boys.
Yeah, so I think my list will be something along the lines of the Beast Boss, Mozrock, who's like the big bloke on the big squig, Pain Boss, and then some squig boys,
nice.
2 hunter rigs, which are the big ones being drawn by the squig, each with 20 boys in it, Beast Snagger boys. And then some commandos, because I think that's one of the coolest kits that they do. They give you something a bit different. They give you some infiltrate and stuff like that.
So this is how stupid. This is how thick I am. Do you want to finish the list and I'll tell you how stupid I am?
And then I bought a Orc plane because I thought I liked the kit, which I really did like the kit. So I've got an Orc plane in there.
All about the hobby.
Was Boom Blast Jet or something.
I've been way too uptight at the start of this show. I'm going to start to lose. I feel like I've been.
What are you doing with that?
I just feel like I've been a bit tense.
Mate, you look like you were trying to finish that microphone stand off then.
It's that Ask Master 5 chat. It's got me popping up.
Mate, what is going on over there? Mate, you should see. I can just see it on here and it looks so weird. You just playing
All
with
right, I'll do it one-handed. Everybody calm down.
Double-handed it.
Luke, when he came on the stream on Thursday, he said, "What do you think to these?" And there were snowmen models.
I think I've seen Luke's snowmen.
There were literally snowmen, and I said they're so shit. I said that I
hate all of Luke's conversions.
I was like, no, he gave him a call. His GSC are cool, but those jeans steelers, I don't want them in the house.
I don't ever want them near me.
They're absolutely disgusting. Like they look like it's dipped in pubic hair. In fact, I think that's what he said. I think that's how he did them.
I think he dipped them in his own pubic hair.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Luke was like, "What do you think of these snowman?" And I didn't connect them with commandos. So I just thought like that he'd just lost his mind and just made a bunch of orcs that were snowmen. And I was like, that is so weird. That is so strange to just randomly make some models that look like snowmen. What is wrong with you? And then it might be part of to do with the vape, but basically like
it might be to do with the vape.
I came in a little bit hot and fast on the stream on Thursday. I'm not going to lie.
A little bit fast and loose.
20 minutes into the stream, I was just causing absolute
caking.
Chaos. I was causing absolute bedlam chaos. I was spending my own money giving people memberships. It's like spamming memberships out. Peter's in the chat. Well done, Peter.
Peter's back, baby.
Good lad, Peter. We always think about you, mate. Hope you're keeping well and looking after yourself, my friend. Yeah, then I realised, it's commandos. They're meant to be hiding. What an idiot. Well, that sounds cool, mate. I'm glad you're starting your orcs.
That story took you so long to get to the point. Then.
Oh, that was such a crap story as well. Right, come on then. Shall I do my quick quiz? Right, so Liam's been in Spain.
God.
You got to tell me whether this is a real Spanish word, and if it is, what it means. Okay?
Yeah.
Quinjon. Oh, no, it used to be a Spanish accent. Quinjon. Is that Spanish?
I don't know. It sounds Chinese.
Careful.
Careful.
This is live.
But it does.
This is live.
Not your accent, the word.
Listen.
Listen.
Part of the problem with doing these live shows is you don't realise you're entering a dangerous ground until it's too late.
Until you're there.
I've realised now that this is a problematic segment.
This is not a good segment
but
for
we're
us.
going to have to do it. Quinjon.
Definitely a Spanish word.
What does it mean?
It means fridge freezer.
It means a young man.
Oh.
So, 1 point. Okay, you ready? Contito.
Spanish word.
No, I made it up.
Oh, how did you make that up?
I just thought it would be funny to say. Contito. What about this one? You ready? Chima.
No, that's not, because you've just nicked Manny Chima's name.
It means tickler, actually.
Oh.
No, I made it up. Right, okay, should we get into the mains? That was a bit of a fun segment, wasn't it?
Christ, this is like me and you.
What do you mean? Adam's saying that's not offensive at all. It's not offensive. It's a fun game doing
that. He's saying this is not offensive at all.
Oh, right, good, okay.
Mate, ADHD has hit us hard today, hasn't it?
I'm glad I can read.
Right. What are you playing?
Welcome to Meta.
Start the stream again. Start it again.
I just kicked your camera.
Did you?
Yeah, look at that. He's flying through space, lads.
Oh, God. What's Tom's done £2 and I don't know what he's doing.
Right, go on then. So if someone super chats, okay. So today's theme is
Mintros Tanto.
I'll do it in a Spanish accent, okay? If anyone super chats Spanish name, I'll read it out, and Liam's got to guess whether it's real or fake, okay? But if it is real, you've also then got to tell us what it is, okay? Mientras tanto.
That's obviously.
Mientras tanto.
I think
I'm literally going to be saying something that is so unbelievably.
Mate, I think it's real, and I think it's something well dodgy.
Oh, brilliant! I've just said that like 3 times.
I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's dodgy.
Contito is a Spanish name for a junior helper at the What on earth are you on about?
Where has he gone?
Right. Contita is a Spanish name for a junior helper at a
Tom's Green is
conditorry.
like Liam's nipple pasty. What? I
Listen,
don't know what's
chat,
going on.
I don't know who's losing their mind more.
I don't know what's going on.
Tom, well, you have to tell us now whether it's real or not. Right, you ready for the main feature of today?
Yes.
We went round the houses there. I know. We went round the houses to get to the main subject, and I know.
Paul's saying the N-word again.
Oh, for God's sake!
Oh yeah.
Am I going to have to put myself on the Tom?
don't know,
I
mate.
swear to God, Tom Green, if you've just got me cancelled, I'm
Mate,
going to be so angry.
I'm just going to Google what that actually means. Entertain people while I Google.
We had a few extra segments there, guys. I wanted to squeeze them in. Listen, it's all trial and error. So we like to squeeze in a segment. We see how it goes down, and we move on. The main subject.
It just means meanwhile.
Oh, there we go. That was surprisingly not offensive for Tom. What's wrong with you, Tom?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be something really bad.
Yeah, I was at least expecting to like get cancelled by Scotland for a hate crime or something. Do you know what I mean? I was
Countries epic flail are now not allowed in. Just to add another one to the list.
We're definitely going to get reported in that hate crime law. On the stream on Thursday, I had a image of Bill Cosby in a Rolo neck, moving it round the stream over, and I had Tom posing to put it over his head. It was ridiculous,
Mate.
It was so offensive.
Mate, I've still got to try and explain to people at events why I've got Bill Cosby dice and a trad painted up as Bill Cosby. Mate, wandering around, ignoring modifiers, baby.
It's time to go back and watch the show. It'll all make sense to him. Chat, you're going to have to help us out with this one, okay? This is one for us all to get into. How seriously should people take Warhammer 40,000? Our premise for this is a really good comment from... So I did a members video talking about times that I've got to... taking the game too seriously, basically. Yeah. Or not even taking it too seriously, but not had a good experience after a game. Like, got in a bad mood. I'd have been arsey at the table or just, like, stressed after, overthinking.
Yeah.
And it's been what started as a fun experience being a negative experience. And on reflection, a question I've asked myself is, am I taking this too seriously? Like, am I caring too much about this random game of dice? So there was a really, really good comment from TTB who at length kind of talked about kind of questioning the need to take something like 40k so seriously and shining light. So that was a great comment. I wanted to kind of pick up on it and talk a little bit more. And I guess a good way to start is thinking about, like, what are the things that we do take seriously? Why would you take anything seriously? What are the things in our lives that were like, that is some... Because I care loads about football. I really care about... I take football very seriously. But some people might look at that and be like, mate, you're not even on the pitch. That's mental. That doesn't make any sense that you take that seriously. You're not playing.
I think it's to do with if you invest in that, whether it's time, money, whatever it is. If you're invested in something... So you've given up your time to go and play Warhammer, haven't you? Or you've given up your time to sit and watch Leeds, or you've given up your time to do whatever. At that point, you want to take it reasonably seriously because you're invested in that. To what level you're invested in that is different for everyone, isn't it? Because some people, they get their enjoyment out of turning up and rolling some dice and having some fun, having a few beers, getting a bit wavy, and just having like a good time with people. Other people go full on, I'm going to come, I'm going to be a try-hard, and I'm going to win games. I want to win games. And it's just how you believe that your time is best invested in that situation and what you want to get out of that situation.
I think what you get out of it bit is really important for me. So, like, if I think about football and I think about Warhammer or things like this, it's the things that I don't take that seriously are things that don't really give me a great deal of reward, or the chance of me getting a reward is super random or really low. You could argue has been like supporting Leeds most of my life. But anyway, like things that like just don't really mean that much to me are ones where I've not invested a great deal of time, and if it happens, it kind of feels random. Yeah. And I think the equation. The chat can kind of correct me or like share your thoughts, but I think the equation is it's how much reward.
That came through so loud on my headphones.
It's just got drunk like a massive.
I forgot about the table.
Don't lean on this table. It will literally launch into the air.
It will literally implode.
I think the equation is you take something seriously and get a lot of pleasure when the experience that you get at the end gives you a lot of excitement and joy, and it's not always that easy to ascertain. So if something was really easy to get, like if you're watching a team and they just endlessly won every single weekend and never lost, eventually, like, there's no stake there. It's like, well, we always win.
What's the jeopardy? That's the thing, isn't it? It's
there's no risk. It's so obvious.
It's a risk to reward thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and 40k for me feels a little bit like that, in that if you wanted to play like a narrative game, or let's just play and have a laugh and roll some dice.
Yeah,
we're definitely going to get fun from that. That's going to be fun.
Yeah,
I'm really aware of making
burpee noises down the phone. Oh, this isn't a phone, is it?
It's not a phone. Well, it could be. It's technically a phone. Podcasts are just like listening to a conversation. I always think podcasts are just like as if someone's listening to a conversation. So there you go. It could be. Hopefully, it feels a bit like we're just having a chat. I feel like the equation is how much pleasure you can get at the end of the exercise, and the harder it is to get that, the more rewarding it is, and therefore the more serious you should take it.
Yeah.
So like narrative play is fun, but it's never going to be as fun as getting really good at a game and winning something, surely.
But I think you can always what you take out of it, though, isn't it? Is do you want to take your narrative play seriously and immerse yourself in that world? You look at cosplayers and people that not Cosby, cosplayers.
You look at Cosby. Jesus, Liam, don't go back to it.
No, but people take that element of it really seriously, don't they? And you know,
do, but
they
honestly, how much joy compares to
you're
winning
looking at it from your perspective and what you would want to get out of a game, aren't you? That's where your viewpoint is coming from. So your viewpoint is, I like playing these games because I believe that at a competitive level, there's some jeopardy and there's a chance that I might win, I might lose. I'm pitting myself against you as someone else on the other side of the table.
Yeah, that is it, yeah.
And my army against your army. How good's my list? How good's your list? You know, and that's what you get your enjoyment and how serious you want to take that element, because you want to take it seriously because you want to win. These people,
it's not about winning. I want the reward. You want
the challenge.
Yeah. So, like, if someone's like, the point I'm making is, if someone has, I guess I'm making a case as to like a good size of taking it seriously is, if someone's like, let's just play a game and it's a narrative game, you're definitely going to get enjoyment from just seeing a really cool models on the table. Living out's the wrong word because you're not role playing, but you know what I mean, like seeing something take place that's quite fun. But it's still like fairly random. Adam, I've seen your chat and I've underlined your name in the ledger. Let that be known. Those narrative games are fairly random outcomes. So, like, they are the way. You feel like, let's just take some like random list, roll some dice. It's fun, but that's a very different experience, I think, of like getting good at a game, and like you're never gonna have a narrative game and be like, you know, oh, I've really improved. It's just the same kind of thing over and over again. Whereas having something that you can really absorb yourself in and get better at, and like see improvement. It's why people like sports and stuff. And it's why people like the competitive event, is you can look back and feel a sense of reward from like how far you've gone with it. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but on the same logic, look at a narrative campaign like, you know, the Premier League. You some of you get better, some of you get worse. You know, some of your models you can do it, so you know you earn rewards, you earn bonuses. So people will take that element of it seriously, because at the end there's obviously a reward. Yes, it's narrative based, but there's still a reward for being the best at it, isn't there? Course,
still a reward for once you get to the end.
And there's like there's friends you make along the way, right? So like in the stuff that I got down for notes, it's like a good reason to take 40k seriously is it's not. I'm coming from the perspective of the bit I enjoy about is getting better at your glasses out on it, by the way. You don't like wearing them at the moment, do you? Because they hurt your face.
Hurt my ears with these headphones.
It makes me look like an absolute fucking. Oh. I'm worried.
Yeah.
Oops.
And I think like Tim's made a good point, it's like, I think we're confusing. So there's obviously competitive play, there's narrative play, and then there's casual play.
Sure.
I think some of the narrative play can be pretty serious, and then you get into your casual, which is your boys turning up to A, either just have a fun game, or B, randomly do some weird, like me, Adam, Stu and Matt did a weird 4-way, sounds really odd, at Dice Saloon. Yeah. And
That was the wrong button.
I'm worried.
with homemade rules, you know, this was back in 9th, so one of my knights killed Murderfang in combat. Then you could like throw wreckage, couldn't you? So threw wreckage, and then because Murderfang fights on death, what I threw him into, he then fought, and like it's little moments like that within a narrative setting that are quite funny, but it's very casual. I think there's then other narrative play that can be pretty serious, I guess. I haven't ever played narrative seriously, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I get you. I'm not disagreeing with that point. I guess I'm coming from my perspective that one of the reasons you can take it seriously is there is a game there and a world in which you can see improvement and get better at, and there's pleasure and fun in that experience. And there's also pleasure and fun in like building a community and like getting to know people and like building clubs, or you know, there's pleasure outside of just what happens on the tabletop. I guess the experience that I've had of what I'm putting forward, and this isn't necessarily the truth, it's just my perspective or experiences. But lots of people play the game for different reasons. Is you can get the most reward, I think, from taking the game seriously and trying to get as good as you can at it.
I think what this all circles back to for me, though, is, yes, our question is, should you take 40k seriously? But I think the other point of the question is how seriously can 40k be taken? Because
very seriously, £300.
Well, £300 a lesson. But, you know, you're looking at a game that's got 20 plus armies that are constantly moving power creep level wise, that have got rules changing every 3 months, that have got different rule sets for different events, different terrain sets for different events. So how seriously can you take a game that's in as much flux as it always is? Like, yeah, it's in a great
100%.
place at the moment, but, you know, we're going to look at the meta again. Necrons seem to be creeping up again, you know, and if you want to take a game really seriously, it almost feels like there should be a benchmark for the rules that are balanced, and that's it. And I know it's impossible to balance this game because there's so many armies, there's so many ways of people finding loopholes and doing weird little janky things, but I don't know what is the most seriously competitive tabletop game. Because you can't tell me
Chess,
that.
I guess.
Yeah, you can't tell me it's 40k.
It's not, and that was the point I was going to come on to, is that like when I was thinking about this earlier, it was kind of like the reason I want to take 40k seriously is, for me, there's high reward in getting better at the game. It's a thing that I enjoy. It gives me pleasure. But then the risk of taking 40k seriously, and one of the problems with it, is that it just doesn't seem to be a game in which that is always a fair calculation. So you're like, right, put loads of effort into learning my army, put loads of effort into building, painting the models, put loads of effort into playing, and it's completely skewed, and I play that matchup and I ought to lose. So it's like, I guess I probably didn't set this out very clear at the beginning, but my thought process with this is kind of like, yeah, you should. There's loads to be gained from it. It's really fun. There's friends to be gained. There's communities to be built. There's like modelling that's really cool. There's painting that's really good. But then for me, the cream, you know what I mean? Like the creme
de la creme.
Whatever, the cherry on top of the cake or whatever is like, and also like sort of a really cool competitive scene, and you can get really good at the game and there's tournaments. But then the other bit that I've started to learn in the past year is that with 40k, that doesn't translate into wins because the meta is just like complete chaos. Like it's probably as balanced as it has been for a long time. We talk about this every week.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, you can get some matchups where you just like you're hearing about like Custos just like run over Necrons at the moment.
Yeah, they do very well into them. But then there's you know, you look back at the start of 10th, you cannot tell me that anyone that wanted to take this game super, super seriously at a really competitive level doesn't now own an Eldar army. You can't tell me, because
they're everywhere.
They were so broken at the start that anyone that wanted to play this game at a seriously competitive level had to be playing Eldar because there was no other way to play it.
Sorry for everybody that got excited by the anal Harriet thing. I'm going to have to do this again.
Wait, what are you
doing? Should I do it off
with
camera?
That? No. I think that'll get us viewership.
I've just vanished.
I think the saying. Have you just turned your camera off while you're playing with, mate? What are you doing with that
people see
thing?
me stroking off a microphone stand.
Mate, what are you doing? Mate, I'm just there on my own.
You don't get that on the other Meta Monday, do you?
Yeah, and I think you've got to take this hobby reasonably seriously. Let's be fair. How much money? Like not to like literally depress everyone that's in this chat and everyone that's doing. How much money have people spent on this hobby? Because when you start looking at that, if you're not taking it seriously, to something,
almost as much as I have in penalty fines. I got fined twice for the Dartford charge last month,
mate. Yeah, but for the first time they only charge you like £2.50, don't they? Because I got one the other day.
No, it was £60.
I got one the other day, mate. Just phoned him up, had a word, didn't I? Told him who I was, who I knew.
Peter's just joined Epic Flow Crew. That's a moment right there.
Yes, Peter.
Let me just say this. That's a moment.
That's us winning.
That's the moment. When Peter joins... Listen, when Peter takes a time out to join this channel as a member, that is a moment. We've been through a journey with Peter. We love him very much and we appreciate his input. He's a good man.
Yeah,
I wish you had your sunglasses on, by the way. I'm not going to say it again. You don't have to put them... Listen, do you want to swap? Do you want to wear these?
No, these are fine.
Is it the glasses?
No, it's not the glasses.
I'll wear them.
I've got a massive nut, mate.
All right, well, take them off. I feel bad now.
Fine.
No, I feel bad. Take them off.
On.
Listen, it's either the sunglasses or the makeup I was suggesting before.
Oh, yeah, no, sunglasses are staying on.
There we go.
And we've explained those reasons.
Just keep them on for 10 minutes, because then I'll take some clips. Basically, right, listen, chat have not really helped me out here. All I've seen from chat is Paul's wrong, Paul's an idiot. I'm joking. No one said that.
No, I think
say some good stuff and I'll clip this for TikTok and then you can take them off again. But if I put clips out on TikTok of only me wearing glasses...
But you get absolutely slammed, don't you? I think anything that you decide to invest the amount of money that we invest in this hobby has to be considered that you're taking it seriously.
Agree.
At what level you're taking it seriously is a debate, and how seriously you can take 40k is then also a debate. Because at the start of 10th, we all invested a load of money into the new book, the new box.
It was a mess.
The amount of people that I know that bought new armies, new edition, new army, all of that stuff.
New me, new army.
Turned up to an event, and an Eldar player was standing there with a Wraith Knight doing 24 mortal wounds and just spending X amount of fate dice and going, I've won by turn 2. You're like, well, yeah, it's great, and I can take that as seriously as I want to, but the fact that I'm getting run over because the meta's in a mess, and it's got a lot better now, but there's still armies that are not doing great things at the moment. There's still armies that are struggling, and you can take that army as seriously as you want, but if you come up against a top player with a decent army, your chances of winning are low, aren't they? I
guess this point, people are getting... There's lots of strong opinions in the chat, so let me just revisit. This reminds me of that... When was that really controversial show we did? Well, we triggered a lot of people.
Takebacks.
The point of this show is for me and Liam to just have an honest conversation like two normal men and just say what comes to our head, and not trying... For me and Liam to not think about what people want to hear or want to say, and instead just say what we think. But it's just mine and Liam's opinion, which means that it doesn't mean anything other than it's just us having a chat and exploring it. So what we don't want people to think is that this is us thinking about things in a black and white way. I'm just trying to think about this and talk about it as someone who does like to play competitively.
Yeah.
That's not to say that you have to play competitively, or there's no, I'm not saying that in any way, shape or form at all. You played it.
Yeah,
you play
Warhammer
40,000, however you want to play it, and I would engage with any game with someone regardless of what I play. Daft games, serious games, whatever else, and everything in between.
If he gets beaten, he does get salty though.
If someone beats me, I will literally not spit. I did a member video talking about this the other day. At least I'm honest. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, I've got well pissy before at games. And most people will say that have played me, I'm not that bad, but I do sometimes get like well aggy.
Some of these comments in the chat we're picking up in the membership. mcdx.com. Is Paul going grey now too? Listen.
Ouch! Why is he coming with that?
Of course I am. Have you seen the shit I have to put with?
Mate, you've got a perm, and I got called a beach ball the other week. Jesus Christ!
Some of you lot have a word. Tim. I think me and Tim had a game here. Tim, you tell me if you're wrong here, but I think me and Tim played similar reasons. When me and Tim had a game older, I could tell we were on like a similar vibe. It was I really enjoyed the game, because I thought, here's someone who plays the game in the same way that I do and for the same reasons I do. Because Tim said, I think the game's more rewarding if you engage with it at the highest level you can. That's the angle that I'm coming from. there are loads of reasons to take 40k seriously, because it's a great hobby that gives you loads of rewarding things to do. There's a painting aspect, there's an assembly aspect, there's a lore aspect that we all engage with and we really enjoy. But if you can also embrace the more competitive side of it, and you don't have to do that every single game or all the time or every single minute of the day. You don't have to do that at all. You could rarely do this. The point, my position is that if you take that bit seriously, there is an opportunity to get quite a lot of enjoyment. However, it's caveated by this thing that you have to accept before you even walk that path, and that is that 40k isn't very balanced. And that's the bit that me and you have spoke about a lot with these coaches and the kind of like celebrities of Warhammer that are forming, and these kind of like these lads
that turn up with like an entourage and all their
Vanguard, like Vanguard Tactics,
and all that stuff,
Manny Chima's got a registration plate that's Chima 1, which I just think is absolutely superb. These sort of characters who are clearly like close to Games Workshop and getting information from Games Workshop early and using that to advantage. That kind of like escalation of taking Warhammer 40,000 seriously, I think that's the bit that it's a little bit of a rocky path, because the game isn't that balanced. So my position is it's a good thing to do. It's fun. Like, it is good to take this game seriously. The competitive side is great, but don't put all your eggs in that basket. So my it's not my conclusion, because I still want to keep talking about this, but as I was thinking about this earlier, it was like, yes, you should take Warhammer 40,000 seriously. You make mates, it's fun, you can paint, you can collect. Competitive bit's really fun. However, if you put all your weight on that being the bit that you are looking for, it's a rocky path.
And
because
I think
it's not that balanced.
And I think this is what I got to. And I think I spoke about this on an After Dark show, didn't I? That I almost got to the point of I was playing at a reasonably good level, and I got to the point where I wasn't enjoying it, because I got to the point where I was turning up to tables, the games were really intense, and, you know, there was almost this expectation of you winning. So then you'd go back in one of the groups and be like, oh, I lost, blah, blah. I'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe you lost. You'd be like, well, yes.
Yeah,
and you get that thing.
Game.
It's like I
know what you mean.
I didn't get into this hobby to go and play super competitive 40k. I can play whatever anyone believes or says. I think I can play at a reasonable level, but I did not get into it.
For sure, you're great. You play down how good you are at 40k, but go on.
But I don't play to go to events and be on top tables, because that's not how I enjoy playing the game. Yes, it's fun to play games against people that are really good, but when you get to those events, and I don't know, some of the boys in the chat might say this as well, like Tom, for instance, I know Tom's played at good levels. And
well, he's in like third best team in the country.
Exactly. And, you know, Tom plays 40k how I want 40k to be played. Tight, good games, but while having fun. But you experience some of those top tables, mate, and there's people like arguing with each other, there's people getting sweaty, there's little niggles going on here and there, and you're like, I didn't get into this hobby for that. I got into this hobby to build some cool models, to meet some friends, put some models on a table, and play a decent level of Warhammer in a right way.
This is why I like our dynamic, though, because I hear that and I respect it 100%, and I love you. I think you're great, Liam. All the time. I'd do anything. No, I do. I think you're right. I think you're a wonderful guy. But what I like about our dynamic is I hear that and think, those ticklers, I want to smash them. Do you know what I mean? Like that bit when you're like, there's people, I'm like, yeah, and they're so satisfying. And I'm not like, there's people who give me shit about not being good enough at 40k. Give me a couple of years, fine. Okay, I'm going to read out some of the comments. There's really great comments. So we're going to go back. But when I played the game that I'm not allowed to mention, they're the people that you would just get so much satisfaction from beating. And I'd be like, bring it on. Give me the ticklers. Let's take them on.
Yeah, but you like that because you were one of those ticklers.
No, I wasn't. I didn't cheat. No,
that's
not fair. No, I wasn't. I wasn't.
But I'm saying,
I wasn't like
you
that.
were playing at a level that was that competitive, weren't you? I wasn't playing at that level. Sorry, that's what I meant. I'm not playing at that level.
But you're making a good point. Hi, Ali. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're keeping well. Ali Delta, good lad. Sorry if I misunderstood you, but what I thought you were saying was that, and I think it's true, so I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. Once you get to those upper tables, it all gets a bit edgy. Everyone gets a bit serious.
Edgy.
Everyone's a bit like, "What? How I did that move? What about that? What? It came out the dice draw again." Yeah. There's a bit of me that quite like, Meta Madry Monday. There is a bit of that I quite liked. I quite like the ag.
Yeah, I don't like it.
No, I think fine. Bring it on. Or I found pleasure in just keeping your game as tight and as clean as possible. And do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
It was kind of the ag. It was kind of the ag that I didn't mind. Can we read some of the bits from the chat?
Yeah, go.
Really good chats from TTB. Had a comment that I wanted to read out. Oh, there's a bunch of comments. This all implies that the only way to take a hobby seriously is to do it competitively. You can sink a bunch of time and money into things that you take seriously but don't view as a competition. Yeah, I think hopefully we cleared that up. I do agree with that, mate. I 100% agree. I'm picking up TTB because he was the one that wrote such a good response to my video. It's also perfectly by the way, TTB, this doesn't take you off the ledger. Like, you can't come in the chat and make good
comments. Come in the chat and make
you will
good
still
comments.
be directly addressed in the After Dark membership.
100%.
Absolutely awful crimes. It's also perfectly understandable on a human level to be frustrated by losing, but that's a much broader issue than just related to how seriously we take 40k and any other game. If you are coming to 40k with the primary goal of entering a competitive field to prove yourself in some way, then it's just the wrong arena. I think, I'll carry on reading. There's MMA or chess or other... okay, I get what you're saying. So you're saying 40k is not the environment for that kind of experience. I agree. I don't think it is. I don't think it's not chess, it's not MMA, it's not like the perfect competitive vehicle. But you can't deny that like it is probably the most competitively played war game in the world.
It's the most played war game.
Yeah.
Whether you can argue it's the most competitive war game, I think is up for debate.
Yeah, no, probably not. I would argue that the game I'm not allowed to mention is.
But guys, completely right. There's reasons why certain people win all the time.
For sure. Yeah,
there's reasons why we've got people within the group that always win, and that's because they are very good players that take the hobby very seriously. You can't, and Tom's probably going to hate me for saying this.
He's on the ledger. Get into him.
But all of the persona of Tom is the happy, fun, making jokes and stuff like that. You watch him play a game of 40k and it switches. You can see the light in his eyes when he knows you've made a mistake, and he absolutely what I love about Tom, hammers you.
What I love about Tom is every time he's come on the stream, he's like, "I'll take it easy this game, Paul."
And then absolutely smashes.
He said on Thursday to me and Luke when we're setting up, he goes, I'll take it easy. Turn one, he's like this.
Bang, bang. And then it's that bit where, where Hulkbuster's just punching. Go sleep, go sleep, go sleep, go sleep, go sleep, go sleep, go sleep.
Yeah, okay, I kill that, shoot that, and me and Luke are like, oh, nice one, yeah, chill start.
Chill start there, Tomo. But
we love it.
But mate, and it's levels. The whole thing's levels. So you can play at a casual level. You can play at like a RTT level and play well at RTTs. Yeah. You can go to GTs and do well at GTs. You can go to national GTs or your big super majors and then aim to do well at them. You can get into teams tournaments that are like world teams, that are like England versus America, and start playing at that sort of level.
Guy said this a few times in the comments. I have a feeling that is probably the best way to take 40k seriously.
Teams is by 100% the best.
I think the teams element sidesteps some of the nonsense of the imbalance, and the teams bit kind of doubles down on the other elements of 40k that are really fun, like friendships and hanging out with people and like going to big events with people. Sorry, I'm drinking the Madrid.
Mate, the Madri is killing you tonight.
It's popping off.
Have some Magic Stars, mate. They really go well with the Madri.
People don't know me eat Magic Stars. I'll have to mute them. I'll have to disappear again.
Why are you disappearing to eat Magic Stars? Snaffling Magic Stars over. Mate, have you actually turned yourself off? Mate, you have them on the old Magic Stars.
I'll spat them everywhere.
I've said this to the boys. You haven't reappeared yet. It's just still me.
Sorry, I'll turn up.
I've said this to the boys in the group. Is like, I don't think I'm gonna play at this moment in time. I haven't got any appetite for playing any more 2-day GT event singles.
Really?
I haven't got the appetite for it, mate. I've got the appetite for teams events, doubles events, all of that, 100%. Because the reason I got into this hobby was to make friends and expand like a group, and I know it sounds a bit sad, but expand a support network.
Why is that sad? That's the least. If anyone thinks that's sad, you can.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Like expand a support network.
That's a great thing.
People.
That's a mint thing.
Yeah. And that's why I got into this hobby. I didn't get into this hobby to be standing at a table, you know, playing some Wazzock with his own branded sodding placemats or whatever they objective markers,
or snowmen
orcs with like a dice that's like the littlest bit cocked, and he's like cocked, and you're like,
no.
And you're like, mate, that's not why I wanted to do this.
No, neither did I. But to represent the kind of competitive mindset, neither. Now, Luke, I'm joking. I'm joking. I feel bad for both shots at Luke Snowman. They're good snowmen. I really like them, and I'm only playing it.
Mate, Luke Snowman are getting an absolute pumping this evening.
They're really good. Liam, that is exactly why I started playing Wargaming. Literally, I had no mates. I had moved to York. I didn't know a single person. I had no friend. Well, I had people that I worked with and stuff, and I had mates in Leeds and Harrogate.
Yeah.
But none in York. So I started playing a game.
Yeah.
And it just so happened it was the game that I'm not allowed to mention.
The game that shall not be mentioned.
That shall be.
Imagine if the man that can't be mentioned played the game
he's been mentioned
that couldn't be mentioned.
He's mentioned about 5 times, that Joker.
That character.
And that's why, but the point I'm trying to make around the competitive element is you can get all the things you just talked about there, and then I just think there's a little bit more if you want to push it and go down the competitive route. However, it is a rocky path.
And
because
that's what
the game is not balanced. Like I'm everything you just said.
Yeah.
100%. It's just, I think where me and you would deviate slightly is I think there's pressure. Ali, oh shit, I feel like such an idiot. Ali was the guy that took me to that club. Bongo, you were literally my only friend in York. This is true.
I had no friends. The one friend you had, like, what about me?
Yeah, no, it's true. No, I feel really shit now. I've known Ali since I was like 15. And when I moved to Ali Delta, listen, you'll be a friend for life. I love you like a brother.
Pulls on the ledger, mate, now.
Me and Alistair have been through a lot together. And weirdly, it was Ali that took me to the club. Can you remember Ali at Garrison? And you introduced me to Gavin Brett. And I played the game that shan't be named with him. And that was. Do you remember that? That's weird. But I feel bad. Yeah, he's. Like,
and I think what you're saying is I took that next step, and I've realised that that's not what I wanted to do with this.
Yeah, fair. I'm surprised. I thought you'd be like. I kind of thought you'd get like. You did really well at that massive event.
Yeah, Beachhead, I did all right.
I thought that'd get your tits popping.
It made me go the other way. It made me realise that that's not how I want to play this. I don't care about going 4-1. Yeah, it's cool, but I'd rather play a teams event like we did the other week, which you streamed. Check it out. Streamed it. Epic stream. Catch me on the last game. Catch me outside. What?
What?
And then, I'd rather do that and have fun with my mates and stand up there and get the photo of us all together than stand up there on my own and get a photo on my own. Doesn't mean anything to me. I'd rather be up there with the boys with a third place than up there on my own with a first place.
Yeah, same.
That's not what interests me. And I think that's where I've got to point is I took it seriously to that point, realised that that's kind of my cut-off, and I will still take it seriously when I do teams events and when I play Warhammer, because I think that you need to take it seriously not only for your own enjoyment, but for your opponent's enjoyment as well. There's no point me turning up to a game, right, and going, here's my 2,000 points of orcs. Bit of a weird list, but, you know, I can still give you a game. Okay, turn 1. What I've done is I've run everything out into the open against your knights. Shoot me, and you just go, all right then. Yeah. Kill half my army in turn 1 and go, well, what was the point in that, mate? Go, I'm just having fun, aren't I? Yeah. You're like, well, you're having fun, but I'm now not, and I've now wasted 3 hours of my sodding life. I think that's where you've also got to know that I'm not taking it uber seriously, but I've at least got to take it serious enough that my opponent enjoys the experience as well.
Yeah, and you want to try and make sure that balance is right, that if you're coming to the tabletop to play a really like meta list and it be really competitive, make sure your opponent wants the same experience, because people take 40k seriously, but the reasons why they take it seriously is diverse. So make sure you're on the same page. Someone rocking up and just taking a list that's going to get absolutely smashed by you. Luke, you know, Telly says, look, the command snows deserve to be on a t-shirt.
Mate, they would be well good on a t-shirt, to be fair.
Brandon's in the chat. Welcome, Brandon. Hope you are well, my friend. You are on the ledger. You've been discussed previously. We will talk to you privately in the After Dark for your crimes. Says, if Paul treats his friends like this, how much will he fuck Boxy up? Right. TCV, what a good, innocent, normal man Liam is.
I don't know. Thanks. Not good at taking compliments, but thank you.
You're a good, innocent, normal man. That is a good way to describe you.
I think it's just, I think you've got to realise your own limitations in this hobby as well. And I see people that want to play this game at a seriously competitive level and get themselves very het up and stressed, and it looks like they're not enjoying the hobby.
And maybe they're not.
And they might not be.
Maybe their net experience is this is actually doing my head in.
But why have you got yourself into that situation? If you're doing it week in, week out and not enjoying the hobby, do you need to take a step back and do you need to look at what is it about it that you're not enjoying? Are you not enjoying losing? Well, then let's play a game differently. Let's do something different. Let's take a step back. Let's do a 1,500 point fun game with a wacky mission and get you reignited into the game. That's exactly why after Beachhead I was like, right, taking a step back, I'm going to do teams and I'm going to do doubles, because yes, I enjoyed the singles event, but not as much as I believe I will enjoy a teams and a doubles event. And that's what I want to get out of the hobby. I'm never going to be, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough inclination to become one of those, top ranked players. I'm not going away every weekend to a 40k tournament. It's not happening. So unless you play that much, you're not going to get to that level either.
I've had the same thing. I think I came to this. Remember when I first came down to the Brighton club?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to get really good. Sorry, mate. I feel bad about you making you wear the sunglasses now.
No, you're all right. I've just looked at that light again, though.
That'll teach you.
Oh, fudge.
And I think I was a bit ignorant to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to go to tournaments, get really good at game, I'm going to take 40k seriously. But I think I've kind of got that pleasure from doing the streams and doing this, and my expectations of what 40k is going to be to me has reduced in line with that, because I've realised, and I've also like Liam Jordan will testify in the chat, when we got good at the game that wouldn't be named, I was playing like WTCs.
Have you seen Brandon's comment again?
Bareback will never. Bareback dead or alive.
He's alive. I spoke to him this evening for 45 minutes. The boy's alive.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah. We would play like 3 times a week, like at least twice a week.
Yeah.
Bare minimum twice a week, if not on a weekend at a tournament. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I do the streams and a bit. I probably could. If I sacked absolutely everything off, if I scaled everything down to nothing, I could probably be like, right, let's play loads of 40k. But then the problem you've got is once you get to that bit, you then have to meta chase so aggressively that that's a mini game in itself. Like the mini game of what's the list I need to take, how do I need to tailor it, what do I need to paint, what do I need to buy. That is so intense.
Well, and it's that, and it's also the amount of time and effort you've got to invest in being able to do that. It's not just the buying, painting the minis. It's being able to keep up with that meta, know what army is then coming into the meta and what the counter is to that, and then foreseeing how you counter that, but then also look at what other matchups you're going to come across, build your list to that, and then do that for 2 weeks and watch it all shift again. And do the same thing, and just be in this perpetual cycle of chasing being either playing the strongest list or playing the list that counters that strongest list and hoping you can beat everything else. And I think that we already invest so much time and so much effort to just enjoy this hobby that doing that extra stuff just sucks the life out of it for me. That's the problem. Is I'll listen to the odd podcast about it, but at the same time, you're like, do I want to listen to 4 hours of someone dissecting a custodes list and telling me exactly how I want to move my custodes, where I want to stay? No, I just want to play the game. I want to try and enjoy myself. And that's where it kind of peaked for me, and I've kind of come back off it a little bit and want to play 40k for the reasons that I want to play 40k, not for the reasons that I feel I should be playing 40k.
Yeah. I'm with you on that, mate. I agree completely. I feel like I came in too strong at the beginning with my competitive angle to then completely backtrack.
No, I don't think you did. I think your angle at the start is the correct way of looking at it if that's what you want out of the hobby.
Yeah, I'm just being honest.
Yeah, if that's what you want out of the hobby, crack on. If you think your enjoyment and will become from taking this hobby,
getting better. My enjoyment will come from meeting people, finally getting asked to play in a team, meeting people.
Got to be good at the game to play in a team.
I know, mate. I'm awful. I get enough shit in the chat. Never mind from you. Meeting people, seeing improvements in the game. But I feel like it's why am I getting? Oh, I've just kicked your camera again. Oh, no, I haven't.
Don't worry about my camera. I'm big enough to fit in the frame, mate. I wouldn't worry. I'm in the frame.
I think my realisation is that 40k, and this is why we keep going back to that point around the coaching, which keeps coming up in the chat. Is I'm just not. I just think it's a bit of a false. I think it's a bit of a trap.
What?
Putting too much weight on the competitive bit and wanting to win all your games. I think you have to taper your expectations based on the fluctuation of the meta.
I think there's a cut-off.
And the models you have access to.
I think there's a cut-off. And there's the guys like we were mentioning earlier, Manny won on his number plate, that has made it into a business. And his business is that he has to be good at the game. You cannot be... It's not like me and you setting up a coaching thing and going, give me £150 for a lesson. And they go, well, what have you won? And you go, well, not a lot, mate. Whereas Manny does it.
They took a picture at the end.
Yeah. Whereas, these boys, there's a line that they've now crossed where it's become a business. So for them, they have to take it seriously because it's their livelihood. Yeah. So their job...
And they have to perpetuate that. They have to keep that going.
Yeah, and their job, if this was our job, if this was our full-time job and my living, I'd be taking it a lot more seriously than I am now. Because it's different when it's your job, isn't it? And
yeah, agree.
These people have to take it that way.
On that note, please everybody like and subscribe if you've not done already. If you're enjoying the show, I'm just going to. There's been some good chat. Liam says in a non-event setting, just talked to him before. True. Adam says Roll Harris dead or alive, then corrected it to Rolf Harris. Telly says Roll Harris is a right name. Dead.
That could definitely be a team name, to be fair.
Roll Harris.
Roll Harris. And all the members could be like a play on some other weird name. Can we have, for the After Dark show, can people come up with names?
People come up with the worst.
Yeah, names for people that would be in the Roll Harris team.
Heath Ledger.
There's got to be a Cosby one in there somewhere, but it's got to be like 40k themed.
We'll pick that up in the
After Dark.
Liam says, when I was good at the game, which won't be named, I was playing 10 games a week. I don't that in 2 months now. Tom Green says, Didgeridoo dead to Roll Harris. Telly, just invest £300 to £400 in a course and become a faction specialist. Good idea. Maybe we should all do that.
Ali, what if your faction sugar rub? I was going to swear then. What if your faction
Well, to be honest,
rubbish?
mate, we've been talking about... The problem we've got with the ad monetisation that we've now reached the point of is we just spent a few minutes there talking about Rolf Harris. So the algorithm goes through and it basically finds the lowest of the low adverts to present people, which is not many.
Visit Rwanda is our ads.
It's like Americans, like weapons companies, like arms dealers. They're like, do you need a shotgun? Telly says that his classic Telly comment, comp 40k is a GW psyop. That's his he says every week, I love it. Adam says, Paul, we know for £300 for coaching is unreasonable, but would you say paying maybe 20 or 50 per month for a few sessions reasonable? Is there not an argument to overcome the learning curve for a bit of dollars? Yeah, no, I think there is. I think there is. I'm surprised that's a serious comment from Adam, so it took me off guard there. I read it.
I think the issue with it is what are you paying for? Because I don't think there's any point in investing in being taught how to play a faction. Because the meta moves so much that you could teach me how to play Eldar till the cows come home at the moment. In 2 months' time, they might take another hit and be absolutely awful. So what's the point?
Yeah.
I think it's worth probably spending money to understand the game mechanics and how the game itself works. how movement works, how the charge phase works,
and the psychology of it. Like, how do you practice? How do you reflect?
Yeah.
Like, how do you build? What's your principles for building a list? Not like, let me improve your towel list. Let me improve your Eldar list. Like that. You're going to need a session every week.
If you want to play a certain archetype of army, so if you want to play, for instance, your world eaters, orcs, custodians, a little bit that sort of in your face army, then talk around that as a play style. If you want to play your MSU armies, talk around that as a play style. But there's no point going in depth into a custodies list now, spending X amount of money to get taught how to play custodies for the codex to come out in 2 weeks and it all to be different. What's the point?
You don't want any bikes in your list, and when they buff bikes in a few weeks, I've all the bikes.
I should have had all the bikes.
Do you know the bit that really pisses me off though? I'm serious. What really?
Talk to me.
Do you know what is really pissing me off? Is the fact that these ticklers that do these coaching things, they're getting all the books and stuff from GW in advance.
Yeah.
So these lads are doing videos, literally
absolutely mental.
Anal Harrieting or whatever. I'm just keeping a thing. Listen, I'm giving up on the adverts this episode. I'm sorry to everybody if you've got children watching, but we've entered rocky territory. They're getting access to all the information and the rules in advance of everybody else.
They're play testing it all as well, don't you?
Yeah, I do. And in return, doing videos going, look, it's brilliant, it's everything amazing, everything perfect, blah, blah, blah. That, I love GW. We've got a book up there. We're talking about how much we love GW. It's absolutely great. But yeah, Luke, you're right. It feels like insider trading. If you were making money from knowledge, if you are selling knowledge to the public, so your profession is I give you knowledge, you give me money. It feels a bit unfair that they get that information well in advance to tailor content for its release and then for them to do better at tournaments. Yeah. That feels a bit like, whoa, GW, like, cheeky. That is, especially when they're monetizing it, that feels cheeky. But GW were going to do it because GW were thinking, it's all promotion.
Free advertising,
if those ticklers get out an episode saying, here's the best towel list, then more people are going to start. I think. There's some great comments coming in. You all crack me up. And the reason we do all this, we appreciate all of you.
It's great to see a load of new names in the chat as well, to be fair.
Have you heard of the Argentinian footballer called Osama bin Laden? What? Technically Bin Laden. Jimmy Savile. Oh, mate, all the comments. Absolute characters. Right, where was... Luke, Insider Trading, agree. Crackbone123, welcome to the channel. Agree. Are they just selling early access at that point? They are. And I don't like it. I think it's wrong. That's the bit of the seriousness that, like, stresses me out. Like, I think it's really important to say... I think you will gain a lot from taking 40k seriously, but it does get to that, like, upper echelon of it where you just end up in...
It's all it's all consuming.
Liam, I don't appreciate that comment, Liam Jordan. You look, anyone's watching, never mind with the children. Listen, you were all sat there. We have 45 people sat with their families and children right now watching this, Liam, and you damn well know it.
It's us. Mate, have you heard? Have you not heard? Have you not told the chat yet? Have you not told them about I'm a Celebrity and how that it's between Ant and Deck and me and you for hosting it this year?
I won't talk about that next.
You didn't want to. Didn't we sign an NDA on that? Oh shit!
This is one of their moments where it's live and it's a problem.
Oh no!
I tell you what, we could host I'm a Celebrity.
Who would be Ant and who would be Deck though? Which one's got the crippling drug problem?
Which is one with the drug problem?
Judging by the stream the other day, Paul. Oh Jesus Christ! Oh, mate, which one's got a big forehead? I've got a massive nut on me. Oh, Jesus. Oh, we're not
Right, his brother is called Saddam Hussein. What? Where are you taking
I don't know what guys just writing really bad names. I don't know if we're just not reading them right.
Brandon, got my son watching, keeps pointing at Paul's perm and laughing. You are in so much trouble.
Why is he letting his son watch this as well, though?
He's just using it for... Yeah. Brandon, I'm reporting you to social services, mate, right after this. Right in.
Oh, Jesus. Are you all right, Guy? Do we need... Has Guy just sat in the bath for too long and has just ended up as a prune in the bath writing random names in the chat?
Guy's been watching a 9/11 conspiracy documentary. He comes straight to this.
Just
got in our
randomly
bath and he's like,
names in.
Osama!
Is this a code? Is this a Valerie? Do you know Valerie? Is Guy's version of Do You Know Valerie Saddam Hussein?
Guy, quick, if you need help, super chat a £5 and we'll come get you.
We'll send Matt Byrne round to get you out of the bath, mate.
Is he being serious as a footballer? No, I'm not going to start Googling that.
Guy's telling the truth, to be fair.
Tom Hampshire's a good lad. Welcome to the show, mate. You're on the good ledger. You're the only people on the absolute top lad ledger. Tom Hampshire spent about £7,000 the other day trying to get Brandon a membership. Harambe was assassinated by the United States government.
We need to do an After Dark conspiracy theories episode. That would be hilarious.
Harambe, wasn't he the monkey?
He was a big gorilla, yeah. Harambe.
The monkey.
The big gorilla. Why are you laughing? It was.
There's a team called Dice for Harambe.
Yeah. What are their t-shirts?
the picture of that big ape, Dice for Harambe. I think,
mate, there can't be a team called Dice for Harambe.
Oh no, it's called Dicks Out for Harambe. What the hell?
What the hell are you talking about?
I've just googled it,
mate.
I've just googled it, and there's a Reddit post that says, "Where did Dicks Out for Harambe come from, and how is it relevant to the gorilla's
wasn't that
death?"
just a protest thing where it was just people just getting their willies out?
Oh, I've gone down a rabbit hole here.
Oh, mate.
Oh, I see. So the actual original phrase was "Dicks Out for Harambe," but there is a team. Come on, Telly, back me up. I'm sure we've seen them and watched them on a stream. It's a lad, Liam. It's a lad with other Liam. We used to play War Machine with him. Tom Guan. He plays AOS. He's one of the best AOS players in the world. And he used to play War. Oh, I said the name. Don't look at me like that. Well, I said the W name.
No, you said
Harambe was where the timeline is, but yeah, him and David Bowie. Harambe died. Who thinks he got assassinated?
We've gone down a very strange rabbit hole here.
Adam says Harambe was assassinated by the United States government.
That's what got us onto Harambe.
I know, but where's Adam got that from?
I don't know. I don't honestly know where this chat has ended up.
Was he quite an influential gorilla?
I don't even know the story. I just know it was a gorilla, and then there was this weird thing about dicks out for him, and there was just people like protesting with their willies out because a gorilla got shot.
Tom made a good point. I mean, he was assassinated. They did shoot him. And
did he not escape?
Didn't he have a kid? Didn't he like hit a kid?
Did he do something to a kid?
Didn't a kid?
Was he the N-word?
Didn't he fall into? Didn't a kid fall into a pit? And it was Harambe's pit. And then he was like stood over it watching.
I don't know, mate.
Yeah, a kid fell in the enclosure. Harambe was whistleblowing, but then an FBI agent nudged the kid into the pit.
He ended up in who was the Russian spy that ended up in a briefcase, like locked from the outside? And they were like, oh, yeah, definitely suicide.
Spy. That was Harambe was involved in that plot.
Harambe was the man that put him in the suitcase.
Brad, oh my God, we're going to... I need a tissue.
Oh, mate. Harambe was framed.
She's entering After Dark territory. Brandon's come flying in. Right, listen, let's look at the meta before we get cancelled.
Oh, mate.
I said to Telly the other day, someone's going to go back and look at these streams one day and some of the stuff we've said. And
I feel like I'm going to be in a job
interview.
Yeah, I'm going to be in a job interview one day, and they'll be like, "Oh, we've just done a bit of due diligence on you."
Due diligence? What? You mean?
A bit of due diligence on you. Dew or Jew? Jew as in Mountain Dew, or Jew as in the Jew?
Abort. Back. And yeah, someone's going to find these videos,
and they're just going to pull up his video in this job interview and be like, "Can you explain why you spent 5 minutes discussing Harambe and dicks out for him?"
Oh dear. Listen, when we look back and we're cancelled,
Harambe flushed the dice.
When we don't have jobs and we're cancelled, we're going to look back and go, well, at least we had fun with a bunch of lads joining us.
Just before we start the meta, next memes in the meme page, the best Harambe
Oh, please.
memes.
Let's get some Harambe.
And I think there's
Harambe
definitely
memes.
going to be a prize for whoever does the best Harambe meme.
Please, people, join the Discord. You see the link in the channel and consider being a member. For some reason, the membership doesn't show if you've got an iPhone, so you have to do it on a desktop or an Android, which is really weird, but I don't know. It's some kind of thing we're trying to fix. The giveaway, we've got the... What's up there?
You've got an exaction squad, isn't it?
An X-Action squad to the best Harambe meme in the Discord between now and next Monday, which is 2 weeks.
Luke, hold my beer.
Because I'm away.
How quickly are these memes going to appear?
I mean, you've got time,
They've got
boys.
to be
You don't have to-
Warhammer 40k related, though. They can't just be Harambe memes. They've got
No,
to be like...
and you've got time.
Yeah, 40k memes.
Yeah, make them 40k. Look how I'm moving us live. I'm being really sloppy today with the editing. That's fine. Meta Monday, Cron's clearly on top. 16 events, 888 players.
Oh, awkward. Corn.
Uh-oh.
How seriously did Harambe take 40k? Well, he
What
flushed the
faction?
dice so pretty.
Maybe we should do...
I was going to say something
'cause-
really bad then.
yeah,
I'm
go on.
glad I put them in my mouth.
Yeah, I'm glad you did as well. I'll make you disappear as well if you want.
No, because you said how many... What faction was he going to play?
Listen, stop. I'm going to move us on. We should do what faction would like famous dead people play? Oh. That could be a bit of a... We've done quite a few serious subjects. Maybe that's a nice change of pace. Not now.
What faction
Next
would
time,
like,
like what-
Mahatma Gandhi play?
Yeah, like infamous people.
Yeah.
Lee Harvey Oswald, name the faction.
Marilyn Monroe, what's she playing?
Ooh.
What's she turning up with in her case?
What do you reckon, guys?
Talk
Is
to
that-
me, Marilyn.
Is that a subject?
Send me a list before we fuck.
We like to
before
mix
play.
it up. The thing is, the ones where we do serious stuff, obviously YouTube likes it more, but the ones where we go like super rando and do like presentations, which I think are bonkers, YouTube looks at it and goes,
This
are
is
these
rubbish.
people mentally deranged? And
Are
what
these people technically retarded?
They're like, they've literally just done a slideshow of Bill Cosby.
Mate, the army that I was going to say Harambe plays is the first army that's come up in the thing.
Oh, really? Right, listen, I'm moving us on. Meta Monday, 888 players. List can be found on Best Coast Parents. Please support Meta Monday. He's a good lad, and he posts all this in our Discord. Leo Ben's 40k singles, Alpine Cup. Guy, earlier in the chat earlier in the chat, Guy said something about you have to talk about the Alpine Cup if you're going to talk about something competitively. Clarify what you meant, mate, because this is the Alpine Cup. I don't know if you're on about this. 166 players, 5 rounds. Eldar 6-0, 1. Thousand Suns 5-1. Necrons, Thousand Suns, Grey Knights, Votan Sisters, Necrons.
So many Necrons this week, mate. Is it
Necron-
all Canoptic Court as well?
That was hyper, Connecticut Court.
Uppy, downy rubbish.
Then in Barcelona, Necrons went 5-0. Oh, there's a few factions went 5-0.
T-Suns went well, though, as well there.
Yeah, T-Suns went 5-0. Two Imperial Knights plays 4-1. That's skewed the stats for Imperial Knights because this is just some like random, obviously like 1 day event. No, 5 rounds. Yeah.
5 rounds?
No, 5 you don't over 2 days, are you? It's weird to do 5 rounds and not. Why have they got? They've got a lot of 5-0 players.
Probably because there was a lot of players. That's why some events do the 6th
121.
game. Yeah, because you then don't get to the
you
point
do
where
win
you
it.
have. So you would have had those boys then play off against each
Imperial
other.
Knights. 1, 2, 3 Imperial Knights, 4-1. Radicalism, Chaos Knights 6-0, Custodians 5-1, Necrons. Then Guard, we know Guard are good. Went 6-0. Tyranids 5-1 Assimilation. Get down to the. Oh, there's a Pete. Is it Tom? Was that where Tom was? Tom, were you at Peterborough?
Might have been.
As a Necron living in a tomb world, is it racist? Says Brandon.
We've got what do we think of T-Suns at the moment?
Is Necron an N-word?
That's a gorilla living in a pit.
You lot are absolute.
What happened in the
Trouble.
teams then, Guy? Tell us what happened in the teams.
Oh, this was the singles. It was the teams I was talking. Well, tell us what, mate.
Give us some context then, Guy.
Necrons back on top. 3 event wins, 83 players. The most played again, 57% win rate, and 24 players going X0, X1. While most weekends are usually make top 5 win rate, they remain the best faction in the game. We've doubled the amount of tournament wins and the nearest faction since the data slate. Eldar went all right, 54%. Imperial Knights, 39%. Oh, Imperial Knights, 39%.
Mate, you boys are doing really well now. Harambe's dicks out for Imperial Knights.
Come on, everyone. Poor Knights. But your boys' Custodes are still rocking pretty good on 53%, mate.
Yeah.
Ticking over all right.
T-Suns seem to be the ones that are coming up a bit at the moment.
Why did Grey Knights have 52 players? It's so the meta's so random, isn't it?
Grey Knights are just awful to play. Do you know how bad we say that Eldar are to play against?
What do you think Grey Knights was? I'll pick them up.
Grey Knights are worse. Oh, I'm going to shoot that unit. I'll pick them up. I'm going to move there. I'll pick them up. I'll drop them back down over here and then I'll pick them up. You're like,
I pick them up.
I pick them up and I pick another 2 up and I got nothing on the board and I pick them up. It's not a rat video, mate. Leave your models alone, you silly plonker.
That was drill.
Oh, is that drill? Am I drilling right now?
Yeah.
Do I have to put my cool hat on to do
You're
drill?
a big driller, yeah.
Do I have to? Oh, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, I'll give you a beat.
I do my E17, don't I? Pick 'em up and I put 'em down and I pick 'em up and you can't shoot me. Oh God, I'm literally the worst person that's ever existed. God, this is why Black Crow said this is not the serious one, because I'm trying to do a rap video. Mate, I've just seen myself.
They could go swivel. I thought it was beautiful, mate. Boys, we're going to jump over to the After Dark where we're going to do some swear words. Although we've not exactly held back on the swear words. Really appreciate everyone's involvement in the chat. We think you're all great and appreciate you taking time out to join, even though you give us a hard time.
I need to super chat for you.
Yeah, I've tried to ignore that.
On your knife.
What happened on War Games Live? Do we need to talk about it next week? What was the drama?
Well, tell us in the After Dark, guy, if you're joining us.
Everyone get over to the After Dark. Many of you I have a bone to pick with. Time to have a serious, polite discussion. But yeah, last week we were like, let's go to the members' discussion, and we were like, really serious, polite discussion. Not this time. You're all in shit, so we'll see you over there in a couple
See you
of minutes.
in a sec. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate loads. If you've watched us live and you're still here, please like and subscribe. Catch us on the Discord, and we will see you soon, boys.
Love
Thanks
you
so
all,
much.
boys.